Okay, I'm ready to begin if you are, Tyler.
Ready?
Okay, all right. So kind of pre-talk here. Sudden Death, episode 8 of season 2. This was written by first episode solo writer Taylor Santiago Berger and directed by oh gosh, I forgot the name for this one. I should have the wiki pulled up. If I'm not mistaken, it might be Ian McDonald, I feel, and I think um, Birdie, I forget her last name, is episode 9. Let's see here. Yeah, do you have your phone on mute?
Uh, you're coming through a little bit on the call. I can't figure out how to get
It, just
that
the
to
volume,
stop.
just no? Are you
It's
able just to
yeah,
turn the volume all the way down?
it's all the way down, but
Huh.
yeah, you're still coming through my
What-
earpiece.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. All right. So season 2, episode that's 11. Oh, that's it's listed really weird here. Okay, sudden death is Ian McDonald, right? Taylor Santiago Berger. So this is her first TV episode as a solo writer. So congrats to her. It's a hell of an episode. Tyler, first impression, what did you think of sudden death?
Uh, man, just like right off the bat, the introduction with the apocalypse gang was
Hmm.
very cool, very interesting. A different take than we've seen so far.
Are you familiar with the Apocalypse Nine?
No.
Apparently, they were a group of people, or maybe a character that was initially conceptualized for the first Twisted Metal game, but eventually scrapped. So it's kind of a deep cut Easter egg. I haven't been watching Radix videos just because I've been like researching and preparing for like interviews and stuff. But shout out to Dale Mills, who creates like the Twisted Metal mini mates, kind of like the Lego looking characters. He's
Mhm.
actually the one that gave me that tidbit for the Apocalypse 9. Yeah, so deep, super deep cut if you're a huge fan. And so that's what they were. Now, did you? Oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, weird. I think I was doing a hand gesture and it paused the recording on Instagram. For those that are tuning in at home via the podcast or YouTube channel, we're also doing an Instagram live simultaneously. Um, did you catch that the Apocalypse 9 were crash dummies? Or when did you realize that they were?
It wasn't until
The
the
song?
song came up. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing for me when because I had the captions on, and so when it's a slow-mo and Axel's like massacring those guys, it says like crash dummies. I'm just like, oh, that's what they look like. So that's when I had that epiphany. What else did you take from this episode?
The I mean we'll get into it, but I like it wraps up kind of the tension from the previous episode,
Yeah.
like pretty quick. And so it was nice kind of just not uh like laboring on that, for a few episodes, and John and Wyatt are adults. They worked through it.
Yeah, there was a couple of people that reached out with some concerns, kind of like splintering excuse me, our leads and kind of breaking up that pair. And we kind of mentioned it on a previous recording. We said that, we're heading into the second half of season 2. We got to knock these guys down a peg so that way, like every, little win that they have, every little victory is going to feel more earned, rather than, having them kind of make up later on toward. We had 3 episodes left. It had to be like these next couple of episodes. And I love the way it's edited that we didn't focus on that being like the main scene coming back from the break. They're showing us kind of flashbacks in different cuts and stuff like that. I think they're giving credit to the viewers to be able to fill in those gaps themselves too. So at least I don't feel insulted in that manner. So very well written. And like you get it. You knew what was gonna happen. And it can be that easy. Obviously that previous episode was to make us feel uncomfortable and unnerving a little bit and just kind of wonder what's going to happen. Have you been picking up any patterns yet, halfway through season two, whether it be like deaths or just anything at all?
Patterns? No. Like I haven't noticed anything, kind of like repeating itself or anything like that. But I know, we have been getting kind of slow trickling off, killing off of the characters. It's not not too many. It seems like one, maybe two, every couple episodes.
Right. And you've already watched both of them, right? Because we
Yeah.
don't talk about this. So, okay. I want to give a shout out again to Dale Mills for giving me this tidbit, and I won't reveal it until we get to the next episode. But the deaths thus far have been kind of related in some way, twisted from what they, said in episode seven, right? Yes, in episode seven. First we already got Chucky Floop, wish that he could fly right out the window. Um, and so let's put a pin on that. Watch at least this next episode and maybe go from there. But I think,
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think as we're getting into this back half, things are going to start paying off. So if we've been paying attention, there's a lot of reveals coming up. Okay, so I think that's enough talk for now. We're going to commentate as we all watch episode 8 together, and then me and Tyler will come back and do these games. Um, How many episodes are there going to be in this season? Gen 9 wanted to know. 12 episodes. So we only got three more next Thursday. So Tyler, I don't know if we're gonna replace one, but either replace one or add, but I think we should also do one for like, favorite I don't know if it's callback, but at least like a reference to pop culture.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I don't know why we haven't been doing that. That should have been an automatic. Like for the pilot episode, for example, could have been like Music Land. Like that was my favorite music store to go to. So that's gonna be mine. So we'll call it like a favorite nostalgia callback or something or nostalgia reference.
Yeah.
Few of those. Okay, all right. So for those that are gonna be queuing it up at home with us, again, episode 8, season 2, titled Sudden Death. I have the episode queued up all the way to 00, and we're all gonna hit play when I say go. Okay, counting down from 3, 2, 1, go. Doom, doom, doom. Okay, doom, doom, doom. All right, so the Peacock's going previously on. Still gutted by the loss of Dollface. I thought that we were gonna get some sort of information in this in these couple episodes, but we didn't. Okay, I gotta make sure Lloyd knows I can still hear you as well. I've been really enjoying Sweet Tooth. I mean, not Sweet Tooth,
Mhm.
Calypso.
Oh yeah.
So this next on, or previously on, we didn't get this as a next on, I believe. But I did find something on X that Peacock released, and I don't remember if this is the one, but there was definitely a focus on Dave,
Mhm.
in this. I I wonder if the previously ons are the same as next week on or the next on.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel if
Easy to go back and check.
right, it almost seems a little different. All right, so we got the Peacock original. Hey, what's up? What's up, Brandon? Yana, what's up? All right, so we got a flashback of Axel. It looks like he's from NOLA or at least Old Orleans, and so he's got the hair, right? So we know that it's definitely a flashback. Did you pick up immediately what this was? Did you think that this was an actual like order for a birthday cake?
Uh, I mean, no. Like once he's kind of giving the description and Axel's response here. Yeah, I was pretty sure I knew where it was headed.
And I'm not sure if it's because it's been several episodes seeing like Michael James Shaw without a shirt, but seeing with the shirt, I'm like, man, that's a good look on him. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, the
maybe we could
shirt,
get the man a
hair.
shirt. Right. Yeah. It's a good look for him. I do. wonder if it's a wig. Because if it is, that's one hell of a wig. I remember back in the day, people used to they used to like shade on like The Walking Dead and how they couldn't do like
Mhm.
black people's hair correctly, you know. But that looks like that could be Michael's real hair. That's really good.
That my hit rate for calling out wigs is super low, so I would not be able to tell. This first person sequence I was not expecting at all.
Yeah.
Hardcore Henry.
Obviously, table full of coke. Obviously, lot of drugs. These people owe money or something. Um, the guy that came to see him, has seen him before, right? So he's just added to the tab. So, yeah, ordered a killing of 8 people. I couldn't get the sense of like the nationality or the ethnicity of these people in here. They're kind of a variety. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but this baby, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know if it really looks like who we think it's supposed to be. If
Mm.
that's even, like a clue to, yeah, to their connection, or is it a misdirect? So don't know. So yeah, Axel wakes up from a nightmare. And I did forget that maybe I didn't forget. Did you remember that Vermin was his roommate?
Yes, yeah. My favorite pairing.
Yeah, that truly frightening. That jump scare. It was yeah, those earned. So that looks like a fresh, like fresh cream on her face. So she's got something that does she clean her face before she applies that? Or does she just like keep adding on like layers and layers
I think
of face
it was a
cream?
previous episode. Axel said now he smells like was it Raid perfume. So I just assume yeah,
Yeah,
it's some type of like rat killer or something that she's
yeah.
rubbing on her face.
Shout out to Kate. Kate's entered the chat room. That's Catherine East who plays Frostbite.
Hello.
Yeah. So I
And
like
I
this. Yeah. Go ahead.
oh go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like this bit with like Quiet. She's trying to run out, kind of exercise out her frustrations, and Grim just happens to be there, just chilling. It's like,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
was he
So yeah,
assigned the gym like by himself?
I love that everyone's embracing the the high school setting. They
Sure.
got their gym clothes on, running around the gym.
I wonder where did they get their matching set? Quiet and John. Yeah, this I love the cuts of this, flashback basically. We didn't get this real scene, but it could have been a much like longer um scene. And so cutting it this way and kind of moving along forward the story, I thought was a really good idea. Again, we could just fill in the
Mhm.
blanks ourselves. Like they're really highlighting the main points. Sticky titties. I somebody did ask me if I thought that John betrayed Quiet, and I didn't want to use that word, but hey, the writers did, and so yeah, he kept that from her. That's a big deal, and we talked about this before. We felt that Quiet's wish, the wish of the dolls, it was far bigger than them. So I'd be
Mhm.
upset too. So Raven here, walking to go to a shower. This is where I was like, well, who the fuck are these guys? So, it's just silhouettes. You see one's like holding a big old axe or something. So this doctor that Sweet Tooth is seeing is Dr. Cockerell, I believe is the name credited. I believe it might be a nod to the writer's production assistant from season one, who has the same, if not a similar last name.
Mhm.
So So the doctor's saying that he's found something. Sweet Tooth is getting a physical, you guys, and I have all the questions. He has several, or at least more than two testicles, is what it sounds like. The implication is
Too many. Yeah.
too many. It's so it could be three, right? So he's got like one too many or something. Or do you think he just like stitched extra? It'd be weird.
And it showing his kind of stunted education. oh, you're sterile. Oh, well, that explains the rash.
I love that. And then the whole idea of you can't have kids. Well, it's kidnapping, duh. Yeah. Yeah, that whole exchange there, that line, it's very interesting. Um, and apparently, yeah, Sweet Tooth says he has never really thought about it, but apparently wants to procreate. So, all right, here we go. We got Frostbite and Quiet in the weight room. A little discussion. The chatty man, I like that. A new nickname for John. So everybody wants John. The dolls want John. Frostbite wants John.
Yeah, and they haven't even seen his dance moves.
That's right. I brought that up in one of the interviews. He's got the moves. See, even the crash dummy looking emblem, the sign on the forehead, I was like, God, that looks so familiar, and I still couldn't place it. And also, they work for Calypso. Are these? I mean, we're gonna find out that their skin looks that way because they burn like the layer, so that way they don't have the nerves.
Yeah, one that they're like a known quantity. They're uh, quiet. Is already familiar with them.
Right. So Axel, can I get to his gas can? Now, are these doors being locked by Calypso? It just feels a little, happenstance, like where they need to be or want to be, the doors are locked.
Yeah, it seems like all of their kind of important stuff is in a locked away location, so he was able to
Mm.
keep them just in the living quarters.
And not to jump too far ahead, but we're gonna have one character locked out of the building or
Hmm.
something. So I love that. Oh yeah, they were putting barricades in front of the door, and the door opens up the other way. I love that. So that does have to be scary, right? For Axel to like bust into your room and think that they're all gonna die.
Yeah, if he's scared, I would be scared.
Shout out to Frostbite for trying to protect Quiet here.
Mhm.
Gets some good punches in, takes a good headbutt to the forehead, and
And
pretty
living
gruesome.
through what I thought was like a neck snap. Uh,
Mm. Did have you ever seen a death like this? The face to the treadmill?
not to a treadmill, no. I did just watch Sin City recently, and there's a good Marv holding someone's face to the pavement while he's driving.
Okay, I remember that. It comes off like very comical, right? Like the doors open and he's
Oh yeah,
just
because he's
yeah, yeah,
he's like driving so fast that the guy's feet are still like flying
right.
up while he's holding his face down.
I remember that. Raven saving the day. So did she hear something in the shower? She's gonna say that she wasted a good shower or something. That was a waste of a shower. Yeah. So I did kind of question, yeah, why did Raven help? But we are gonna find. I think that um there's a little bit of a bias because her and John are a couple, and
Mhm.
she still has like the that I don't know if it's a B plot or it at least is one of the storylines that she still has Kelly that's just in a coma. Yeah, these guys look so freaky. Their eyes are all black and stuff. So cutting to a break, coming back from it. I love how the lights are just flickering on and off too, like an actual horror movie. I'd probably be a little bit more scared if Johnny Quiet weren't in like gym clothes. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a slasher movie other than like the one scene. Well, I don't know if he was in gym clothes in I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I know like right Philippi was like taking a shower and but this is like just regular gym clothes. It looks a little a little funny to be a slasher type
Mhm.
movie. What did she say? Abominable snow tits.
Yeah, almost
And
snow tits and bug fucker.
I do love that they gave us that little bit of action where John throws Mayhem into like the glass display. It's not just like a little bump into each other's back and like, oh, anything like that. It's just like, fuck it, we're gonna grab a stunt performer and throw them into the glass. It is life or death. The Apocalypse Nine are coming to kill you. So speaking of, I know what you did last summer. Homeboy here has a claw or a hook rather, and apparently,
Yeah.
according to what I read, with the Apocalypse Nine, one of them was supposed to have, or the guy has a hook or something. But I think this is also a nod to possibly, was it Minion has a hook, or somebody has a hook? Somebody will correct us.
Oh. Hmm.
I did think this was going to come back. How this guy with a hook is like licking the blood.
Yeah, like
It's also
able to track them or something.
something. It's also like this is very like Terminator-esque as well, like
Hmm.
84 Terminator. So this Gilbert Grapevine, that kind of threw me off a little bit too. I think he was just going with the literal, for the title, what's eating you, Gilbert Grape. I don't think there's actually any reference of like intervention or anything, right? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, Axel is flipping out because he thinks that he really needs the gas, and Dave here, he thinks he's going to be able to help him. Well, at least I think Mike is the one that kind of gives him that little nudge. So I wasn't sure if this was like a technique that Dave picked up on his own, or using because of his experience, because he too had, some demons he was fighting or whatever.
Mhm.
But when the first time I watched this, I was like, oh, was Dave like some sort of counselor, back in the
Oh
day?
yeah.
And that would explain like his attitude too and his behavior just so, positive all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely got like the lingo and like the steps, like
Right.
seems familiar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dave with all the facial reactions, the walking emoji man. So the women are arming themselves, or at least with Raven, she's grabbing a trophy that has like jagged edges. I think it's a star. Yeah, it looks like a star. Yep. Okay, so you're right. So Quiet's the one that kind of briefs Raven a little bit on Apocalypse 9. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, the walls are thin. Everybody talks, obviously. That's so funny. So so Raven thinks John is like similar to Chucky, apparently.
Yeah.
To wanting to wish for her oversized dong or elephant size, I think she said. So we did know that Vermin can put up a fight because John ran into her in the previous episode while trying to grab a pass. We didn't see what happened, but according to him, like he basically had the pass and Vermin was able to get it from him. So we know that she has some sort of skills of sorts, and so she's wrapped this guy up in basically a makeshift cocoon, or maybe spiderweb-esque.
But yeah. Uh, Stringing him up and is whatever she did to him, he is just bleeding profusely.
Yeah. I think we did miss the moment earlier where was it she was talking to John and she like steps out of the room, goes in one direction out of the frame, and then it's like, "Oh, actually I gotta go this way." Was that
Yeah.
that already happened? Yeah, that was when I
Yeah.
saw that I laughed so hard because like people do that. That's like that's a real thing. That's the other thing I love about the show. The things that the people do, I could see like real people doing. Also, I didn't make a post or anything like this, but when I started seeing like behind the scene photos of these next couple of episodes, including the prom episode, I saw how like, Lisa Gilroy, who plays Vermin, how she was gonna have her face basically revealed with the hair done kind of stuff. And I go, oh, that's funny. That's kind of like, are they gonna do like a she's all that moment? And then the prom episode happened. I'm like, oh shit, like they literally did. And so
Yeah.
I'm glad I almost didn't share that because I didn't want anyone thinking that like maybe I was, spoiling something, with
Mm.
like some sort of knowledge, but it was a complete guess. And so
Yeah, we have Mayhem and John here relating to the like boomer millennial struggle. You just don't understand like how hard it is out here.
so meta. Yeah, I love this. I know how it's written. Talk Boy, shout out to a Talk Boy. I
Yeah,
had one
Talk
at the age
Boy.
of 13. Yep. I
Uh,
bought it with my own
oh,
money at Target.
I coveted that thing. I always wanted one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I may have started doing some really early podcasting back then without knowing what that was called. Definitely a lot of recording on my end. It's don't believe we've had a John and Mayhem moment. So this was a nice episode for them.
Mhm.
Classic bitch move. She's right. She's right, John.
And I was wondering like because when Quiet was running around the gym like oh is are they not allowed to like leave the school like leave the
Right,
grounds
the
but
premises. Yeah,
yeah but then he
I'm not sure.
Grim's out there fishing.
Yeah, there might be a pond in the back of the school. Who knows? But you're right. Grim is outside. So could they have left? Like if you were outside, were you good? So like only the people that stayed inside, you're fucked basically.
Hmm.
So that's a good question. We already found out Grim cheated in the previous episode. So is that gonna that's got to be addressed. You guys don't write that in the writer's room that Grim's gonna go off of a ramp into the back of the mail truck or the Sweet Tooth, cross the line and not be penalized for it. Like there's
Hmm.
got to be uh that's got to be addressed. My first interview with Michael James Shaw, uh, because Michael Jonathan Smith, same initials, the showrunner. So Mike Shaw, he in the first interview he shared that his audition was basically he didn't say it was this, but he said it was something like kind of deep and emotional. So I'm assuming it's this, kind of a pseudo monologue here. But this
Hmm.
backstory, I love it. It's great. So this explains it. The cake shop or whatever, it was a front. And so people come to him, he's the hitman. And I do find it interesting, maybe because it's still like early post fall, the fact that they're still kind of using codes as if like they're being bugged or like surveillance or something.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, a cake that's gonna feed eight. Oh, that's a big ass cake. It's just like who's watching you guys? You know?
And I love Stu in this scene, just kind of like always a step behind, like, oh, you went through this, horrible like divorce situation. Oh, and that's why you started drinking gas. What? No.
Oh, and that's when the gas. What? Yeah. Like Stu's just trying to find like the reason that caused it.
It's like, oh, you're doing this because you murdered a baby. I didn't murder a baby.
But we do, excuse me, we do find out a lot about Axel in all
Hmm.
of this. Um, this baby that he talks about that he left. This also explains it. We're gonna see this in the flashback. He's holding that, I think it was a giraffe or something, or a tiger that we saw when Axel was first revealed. He gets off of his wheels and he goes and gets in the fetal position, basically like holding that stuffy. And remember, like during the commentary, I was just like, that makes him. He doesn't look as badass. But then I was like, well, maybe it's not his. Maybe it belongs to somebody else. That would make more sense. So yeah, and so this is the payoff. Like That was set up all the way back in episode 3. We're on 8 now. There we go, Stu. That's when the gas came in. So yeah, he says that he found Zimu, who said he was going to help him, and instead gave him, wheels for hands, basically. I love how Mike just injects. Hey, you were already a murderer, so
Yeah.
like, I just love that. Mike's picking up some what Dave's putting down. Stu's over here. Just, again, just a little slight FOMO, like, oh man, like even Mike is starting to kind of get on Dave's level a little bit. I need to, add something to this. He wants to be that third bromigo. There you go. Sobes, any idea what that is? Stone Cold Sobes?
Sober.
Okay, like totes. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Got it.
Yeah.
When I
You
saw
don't
that, I
you
was
don't
like,
need to be on the
Sobes.
gas.
All I know is Sobe, so I was all like, wait, is that like a Sobe reference? Like, I wasn't sure. Shout outs to Sobe if anyone's still drinking that. Hell yeah. Hey, and I love how the guys are all coming cheering behind him too. Just pumping their fist. Yeah, yeah. So good. Axel. So we come back from a little killing. Quiet is stabbing one of them. I don't think it's necessary for like a body count, but there were 9. Several have been killed at this point.
And Raven really just, keeping on topic. Like she's not letting it go. Like trying to
Yeah,
work through this issue.
I I think well, because we know where Raven's headspace, right? Like she
Mhm.
looks at Quiet as like, you're fucking lucky. Like John is alive. You can do whatever you want with John. The shit that you guys are fighting over is not even worth it. The love of my life of over 2 decades has been in a coma this whole time. So
Mhm.
I love Vermin with the boot stomp too. I did find out from Kate, aka Frostbite. Oh, I love the little thing where Vermin she was trying to like lean on like Raven as like as she's talking to Quiet, and Raven's like, no, no, you don't. And she's like, it just rolls with it, without a beat. I learned from Kate that the sandwich line in the cafeteria by Vermin was improvised.
Oh.
So Lisa Gilroy just started like saying like how all the sandwiches were good or whatever. I'm like, oh, that makes like Calypso's response even funnier because he's like, okay, or we talked about that, so that's funny.
Yeah.
I love how creepy Vermin is in this moment too, and I think it's in the same scene, but at the very least, it's coming up soon that Vermin does the crane pose. Did you catch that?
Oh no.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's when they all I think it's before Axel comes in behind them.
Okay.
So yeah, see, so they're gonna turn around and Remi's gonna be on the right side and she busts out into a crane pose. She has to adjust herself a little bit, but it's funny. Should we go check? So they all go together, Raven, Vermin, and Quiet. We got another one of these guys. This guy, he has a look. I can't put my finger on it, but he looks like a another actor. All right, so who are we following right now? The POV is still one of the Apocalypse 9 finds. I forgot what's going on. Oh,
That's
finds the talk
perfect use of
boy.
the talk
Right.
boy.
Yeah, it's some panting going on according to the captions. And so they thought it thought that Mayhem was in the locker. So little 2-on-1 here, Mayhem and John. I'm here for it. We're gonna get a little Kung Lao fatality. Did you catch that at all? Or
Oh no.
in
Oh, I mean, yeah. Like I
it
yeah, I get uh
yeah, I think it's Mortal. Kombat 1 or 11. I'm forgetting which one it is because I think after 11 they go back to 1 and kind of change like the timeline or something like that. But he
Yeah.
takes off his hat and he throws it onto the ground and then it turns into a saw and he just pulls you through and then lifts up both sides of your body. So if that's not a direct reference, it was still pretty damn cool. I love the little thing Mayhem just did too. She was like, "What? Did I get it on me?
Yeah.
Did
Did I get something on me? The
I get it off? Was
showered
that
in
it?"
blood.
Oh God, she's got some really great moments here too.
Yeah, bonding, uh, or saying that she spent a lot of time in a video store watching horror
Right?
movies, and
Like,
then her
same,
and
same
John
girl, same.
bonding over hating the ocean.
Right? Blue Sea gets shit on a little bit. Um, that out of context, that little moment, seeing John wearing the little jersey over the white sleeveless and Mayhem covered in blood, just a few seconds of that of her reacting and running off. That was in a like on the season of Twisted Metal. I could not have guessed. There's a crane kick. Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So here we go. I learned from Kate. Shout outs to her. She says the Crash Test Dummies that they are a Canadian band. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
So it being filmed in Toronto, you got your Canadian band, these characters looking like the Crash Dummies. So really well done. I like the song just fine. I would never go out and seek it. And this is one of those instances now that, well, now when I hear Crash Test Dummies, that I'm gonna think of the song or the scene.
Yeah, I never really listened to much Crash Test Dummies. I would see the a music video here and there, like on MTV, but that was about it.
I think I honestly only know them from like the VH1, like look at the 90s or whatever that thing is, where they go
Mhm.
back and literally just go over all like the one hit wonders or whatever. And I remember like seeing the music video for the first time. I'm like, I have no idea what that song is, but I watched so much of those, I was starting to familiarize myself with that song.
Axel just spraying everyone with blood
Yeah.
from this arm that he ripped off.
And I love how like the blood is almost like perfectly like there's that perfect line in the middle of his head, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah, it's just well done. And there was that little establishing shot. If you weren't paying attention, Dave was licking a little bit of that blood. So my
Yeah.
relapse here, the nuts are broken. I won't be shitting out a baby anytime soon. Sweet Tooth wants to adopt Stu. Who wouldn't? All right. So it looks like Axel killed. Yep, killed. The remaining Apocalypse 9. And now the next round is every man for himself. Oh crap, we're about to end with episode 8. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So and here's the other thing. We already, got like the flashbacks to that fight. It was cut in a way to still move that movie, the narrative forward. It's still a good bookend to what we have here with John and Quiet, and so I can see why we didn't open up this episode the similar way. It feel almost a little redundant to have like that sincere talk lead into a fight and to do it all over again here in the finale. But everything that we discussed about how, like I told you that the previous episode, I didn't like it for Quiet. And I'm glad that she was able to like own this. Like, hey, maybe I wasn't really thinking about your headspace and I should have given you time to
Yeah.
kind of grieve. So all
Yeah.
all right
Like,
here. So
yeah, watching this episode, it definitely was like remembering kind of just the conversation we had around it, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
that's the characters are pretty much saying, exactly what we are kind of thinking, like,
right. Just good writing, it's stuff that we wanted as viewers, and it's like, hey, they gave it to us and didn't just spoon feed it, like they're still kind of crafting it in a way that, it's going to be unpredictable. Yeah, it's it because I don't want to like often say like, well, I kind of expected that. Well, of course that was supposed to happen. Instead we were just like, wait, what? Like, how come this, that, and the other thing? And then it was like, oh shit, okay, hey, we're finally getting it. So love it. They're just holding back on it. So John and Quiet, they open up the door, a door that leads to the wishing well, and I love this too. I think there's a little jump scare, right, from Calypso a little bit. Oh, I forget that it ends right there. So there we go. Yeah. Congrats, Taylor Santiago Berger. Great episode. I reached out, obviously told you. She, was kind enough to like answer a couple of questions in regard to it and stuff. Same thing with Becca Black, who wrote episode 9. So episode 9 is called Vava Voom, written by Becca Black, and this one was directed by Bertie Elwood. So we will get into that one pretty soon. So Tyler, after that, anything you want to discuss before we get into the categories?
I mean, I kind of said it before, like them leaning into like the school setting. Like I love this episode. The women like kind of like grouping up and having that like Vermin views the other two as like the two popular pretty girls who just like wants to hang out with them and kind of has to force her way in, and the Stu and Mike and Axel and Dave having like the little like intervention, kind of like a breakfast club, like, oh, all these people just working things out together is not definitely not something I expected this season, to have a episode like this.
Yeah, it's crazy because it just ended a little over 30 minutes, I believe. The runtime on Peacock says 33 minutes, but that's including all the credits and stuff. It's so well paced and so well edited that it just like when we got to the end, I just said it, I go, wait, are we at the end already? Like I feel like we were only halfway through, but we've been talking through it too. It's
Mm-hmm.
such a meaty episode. Um, there's so much to like, and they continue giving us sequences with characters that we haven't spent a lot of time together with or just completely like brand new pairings. So, my Axel has not really interacted with Stu, Dave, or Mike, and so he's with them this time around. Vermin has really only talked to Axel and Mayhem up until this episode. R.I.P. Frostbite. Um, yeah, and the Apocalypse 9. Yeah, man, it's so good. And like, the couple jump scares really got me. It really does play like a horror movie. So, um, yeah. Anyway, so let's get into the categories for this episode. Again, we're doing sudden death. The best line. What was your Marcus? It's your line of the episode
I'm gonna go with you actually have too many testicles.
by the doctor.
Yeah,
That's a good line. Mine is similar to yours. Uh, Sweet Tooth mentions like his testicles are broken. Won't be shitting out a baby anytime soon.
that was my runner up.
Yeah, that's a good one as well. Best character of the episode.
So probably Axel, just getting the background that we get, because like when we first get introduced to him, definitely I was just like, oh, he someone that was it Zemo like captured and just like kind of forced into this thing, and getting kind of his history and how he got there, and a little bit of his journey to that place, and all of it coming through in a like AA intervention is very good.
It's almost in line with, like the previous episode we had like the first kill discussion that was almost having like the first sex talk, right? So, um, I wonder if there's like a coming out scene coming up in Days Battle 3, who knows? So yeah, that was really funny to see the intervention all while like the women are running around like being chased by the rest of like the Apocalypse 9 and stuff. My best character is also Axel. for all the things that you said, but also Mike Shaw just giving us like all the ranges, the comedy, you see him scared as Axel with metal arms, from these like Apocalypse nine guys, but because he was lacking the gasoline, and then once you sit him down and has that intervention, he tells you that story, and you really start to sympathize and empathize for that character. So just adding layers to Axel and loving him even more. Best costume for you?
The hook-handed Apocalypse 9.
Okay. Any particular reason? Is there someone that he reminds you of that you like?
Well, I like that the hook, it isn't like it isn't like a hook that's kind of jammed into the arm or anything like that. It just
Right.
looks like it, like literally he actually has a hand, but he's just holding on to like a a
Oh,
hook hand like extension thing. Like it's almost like a costume, kind of hook. Yeah, it's
yeah.
very funny.
I'm gonna go with Axel on this one just because, we see him with the hair
Mhm.
and the clothing. He seems like a different character, and so I love that. Just giving him a shirt and like a different pair of pants, it just makes me like, oh, yeah, well, what are we watching here? And the whole like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like Doom or like Wolfenstein. I
Mhm.
forget the which one it is, but just
Wolfenstein.
giving us that, yeah, that first person shooter. That was really cool. And so, I guess put a pin on that one. But best death for this episode, we got several of them.
See, I wrote down Vermin's kill of the one that's like hung up, wrapped in cord. But because you mentioned the patterns, of like, oh, Chucky dying from the fall, and then Frostbite, dying from the treadmill and the heat, kind of seeing the pattern of their wishes reflecting kind of like how they die. Uh, Runner up to Frostbite for that one.
Okay, for me, table saw. Um, I just I love the when it cuts to Mayhem. I think I kind of forget what she does physically, but John on the other end holding like the legs or whatever, he does this thing where his body jerks as if like the saw is hitting the bone. And so now he's like having to adjust the way he's holding it. So it felt that more visceral, and I was just like, ooh, it just made me like wince that much more. So I'm going with that one. Post fall slang.
Uh, was it? I'm trying to think. Remember what Mayhem said? Uh, uh, oh, the abominable snow tits. I like
Okay.
that turn of phrase.
I hear you're coming out of something as well here. Kind of
Uh-oh.
weird. Yeah. Just hopefully our mics don't pick it up on the recording end. Let's see. My wait, you said you didn't remember what it was? Oh, the abominable
Oh,
snow tits. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Apocalypse 9. It's not
Okay.
necessarily slang, but when they were introduced, I was like, oh, what is this? So, your bingo card. What did you not expect to see in this episode of Twisted Metal?
Oh, I mean, I'm just gonna go with the whole like the studentization of the cast. Everyone kind of taking on roles as high school tropes, things like that.
A lot of things happened. I'm gonna go with Frostbite's treadmill death. Did in the previous episode you actually hear Calypso say that we have a gym that's open 24 hours. Something
Mhm.
like that. It's like, okay, so there's a gym. You go back and watch that episode, it's like, oh man, they already thought about that. If you were listening to Calypso, that's available there. But even, in that early sequence, seeing Quiet, pumping iron a little bit there and Frostbite on the treadmill, did not think like any of that was going to result in a death. But there we are. Okay, and your best use of a swear word.
John's surprise motherfucker. Uh, the which I can only assume for how he delivers it and everything, seems like a reference to the Dexter line.
Yeah. I actually didn't have anything for that one. A lot of swear words, obviously, but I didn't have one that particularly stood out, except for like I mean, unless I just reuse what I used for the best line
I was gonna say
about
shitting
won't
out
be
of
shitting out a baby.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line, but I mean, well, I mean, doesn't he scream in this one? Doesn't he say, "Here comes Axel, motherfucker," or something?
Yeah,
Or you
something.
want
Yeah,
Axel? Here
similar.
comes or something like that. Yeah, let's give it to him. All right, so we are gonna get into Vava Voom, episode
Oh,
9 of season 2.
I
What's
have
up?
one more for the pop culture callback.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I forgot to here. Let me add that to do you want to
uh,
replace any of that that we have?
um, I mean, I feel like we're not running into a lot of slang.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think
post false
that's probably
line.
a good
We'll
one.
we'll go nostalgia
The
or pop culture reference. Call it pop
Yeah, the
culture
one that I
reference.
have, yeah, is when you brought it up that hey there, Gilbert Grape, what's eating you? Uh,
That's a good one. I'm going to go with Talk Boy. I
hmm.
feel a lot of the population we're watching one of those Home Alone movies for Christmas every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without a fail, like we watch 1 and 2 with the kids every year, and so seeing the Talk Boy and having owned one, got to give it to that. So there we go. That's our games. So yes, now we're gonna get into sudden death. Tyler first. No, no, I'm sorry, Vava Voom. Calypso stuns the contestants with a game-changing twist. Already kind of gave the credits. Becca Black writes this one with Bertie Elwood. Is that Bertie Elwood directed this episode. So first impressions of Vava Voom.
Yeah, I called it last time. This is going to be the prom episode, and it is very much a prom episode. Like it's start to finish. Like it's pretty much just the characters kind of hanging out and commingling, uh, and seeing a lot of characters, uh, in ways that we haven't seen them, especially Vermin. I think most definitely, or most like significantly, seeing Vermin differently.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of like the characters do leave, but it's almost like a bottle episode. Like they're kind of all in
Almost.
this one room like the whole time.
Right. And if like I that thought did cross my mind that this was kind of like a bottled episode, but it's so unlike one that you're like, man, it's just like a really damn good episode. It's a feel good episode as well. I like I often think about like, man, we are at the halfway point. Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna stretch out the finish line moment? Like, are we gonna get that in the finale? Like, they can't give it to us soon. So what's gonna happen in the meantime? Excuse me. And so I'm also thinking, well, all the characters basically they're like the dynamic is they all want to kind of kill each other. So that doesn't really make for like an interesting episode or story. So what are you guys gonna do? Well, shit, hold my beer. We're gonna make them all friends, And now you're just like, fuck, alliances are being made and stuff, and so now it's gonna get interesting in the final 3 episodes. We're about to spend 30 minutes watching people kind of get along. And you're like, oh man, I kind of like that pairing. Oh man, I want to see more of these people and whatever, whatever. And then the way the episode ends, you're like, oh shit, now like half of those people are probably gonna die in the next 3. And so I love that. So I love how they keep us on the edge of our seat. Another very well written episode. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Becca's first TV episode also as a solo writer. She's co-wrote previously on, oh, I might be mistaken. Actually, I believe she did episode 9 in season 1 by herself too. I know I could be wrong. No, I think she wrote that with Grant DeCurnian. So so here we go. Queuing it up at home, you guys. Episode 9 of season 2, Va Va Voom. I will count down from 3 and we will all press play on go. Okay, Tyler, you all ready?
Ready?
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Boom, boom, boom. I might have been a little slow on that. Shout out to my buddy Cobra Kai Wisdom if he's still tuning in there. What's up, Mike? All right, so we do pick up from the previous episode. Johnny Quiet stepped into quote unquote this portal, and there we go, Calypso with the jump scare a little bit. I'm glad that didn't give us that musical cue or that audible cue of a jump scare. But yeah, if you're paying attention, it comes out pretty quick here. I do love Anthony Kerrigan's like face acting here, just like reacting to like everything he's saying, just like, oh geez,
Mhm.
you too, just all of these things. Says a lot with his face.
I mean, he does such a good job at that, especially in this show. Like anytime someone is saying something to him, like his reaction to it is so good.
Yeah. Some of those horror audible sounds too, it kind of reminds me, like slasher movies and stuff, the little shing or
Mhm.
like again, I love the face acting from Calypso. He's like just drink from the well. It truly looks like he's making it up on the go. It's like, oh, these people want to do another wish, and I can just do it so simply, but I'm gonna fuck with them. Well, why don't you guys drink the water? So I
Yeah,
almost expected a dark helmet fooled you, like something like that after
yeah.
they drank from their hands.
But no, that's
Yep.
it.
Easy peasy. Yeah, with this happened, I was just like, of course it's gonna be that. This is the same thing as like frostbites, like it's just a door, like that's what that is. And
He's
that
just
laugh too. I wonder if this is like ADR at all. Like, he's just in the booth just trying different laughs. And what do you
he
think about this
can't leave
here?
a conversation without laughing.
Right. Nothing like a little calm before the storm. But I love the way he just looks into the camera. Well, this is more than likely not ADR, but oh man, that's so good. And also, I think what they're doing with the title cards this time around is much
Mhm.
cooler than in season one. Season
Oh
one, they'll
yeah,
just throw it up, and it's like it's fine and stuff, but they're actually like animating stuff. Like the text just came out of the well. I thought that was really cool.
in the last episode, yeah, when Axel is just like whatever, like oh fuck this or whatever, and just lays back down on the bed, and the second he lays back down, the title card pops up.
All right. Yeah. And also, Mike Shaw just doing like sit-ups off of like a table. No big deal.
Yeah,
Oh, and a great setup to like Mayhem also not, being able to read, just duh, duh, and cutting to Stu being,
yeah,
oh, here's the sit-ups. Okay, that was in
yeah.
the last episode. Okay, where did that blood come from? What's under the table? What animal, insect, what's down there?
I was gonna say like maybe yeah, it just hasn't cleaned since the night before with Axel spraying everyone with arm blood. Oh, you're muted on the
Sorry, I love that there's a little callback to the glasses here. John's reading it, and if you didn't hear me before, I forgot what I said. Cobra Kai
her
season
like
six had a Miyagi box. Twisted Metal season two has a Calypso box. Season six of Cobra Kai had a table saw. Twisted Metal said, "Hold my beer. Let's do something with the table saw."
Quiet's mistrust. Like at this point,
Yeah.
just thinking that everything's going to be a trap, and so like this box, I'm just going to hack it open. Because obviously that'll deactivate whatever happens if I just opened it.
The wardrobe there. Do we think that Sweet Tooth has tried every single thing on that rack
Oh yeah,
and they all fit him? Yeah.
yeah.
Also, great little bit here where Sweet Tooth is like, basically the Dracula cape that he bought previously, or the classic. And Stu's like, "Oh, let's go in the cave." He's like, "Man, you don't know nothing." You know, I love that too. Um, the caterpillar turned into literally a butterfly. You know, I love Vermin's dress. Everyone looking really nice. Axel just came out with that little. Well, how do you describe that? It's a very common
Uh,
jokey thing with the shirt and
yeah,
tie, but it's not a real shirt.
I think it's
Chippendale
like
shirt
a
and tie.
yeah. I think I can't. I don't know if it's the exact term. I think it's a dicky. I think that thing's called a
Okay,
dicky.
okay.
We
We
got the
got
Dumb
Dumb and
and
Dumber
Dumber.
dressed. Yep,
Yeah.
Dave and Mike, and then Stu. Shout out to Angus, the 1995 film. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Not seen it.
Oh, excuse me, Charles Talbert, I believe. He actually mentioned me in a post with him and MJ talking about that movie. Thanking him for the reference and whatever. So there was a little exchange, and then you know the actor who played Angus tagged me. I'm just like, oh, what's going on here? I was like, oh, hey, thanks. So like just a little added content there. Um, Quiet, the lady in red walking up here. I love how she's got her hair blowing as if there's a fan in front of her and all that. I think the kids say she's slaying, or something like that, right? She ate and left no crumbs, or
Serving.
all of that. Yeah, yeah, great
Her
bit.
face when she says this dress looks like shit is so good.
And I love the thing where Mayhem's face was like behind Quiet, but then she like bends backwards, so her face is shown in the frame too. That was a nice touch. So now they're all in the gym being greeted by Calypso. And basically, we're finding out that he is old as the Roanoke colony. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, a little bit with the
Yeah, me too. I actually listened to a true crime podcast on that episode, and that's the only thing I know about it. So weird to think that he was part of this group that like completely disappeared. We don't know if they were eaten by folk and there's only like writings from that time that kind of, described what happened, whatever. Very fascinating thing. So yeah, that was a really cool tie in there. So I do think this like little blood thing was very interesting. I only kind of call like it's funny and all, but I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense other than like, it's meant to be funny, but when he goes to Axel and Calypso is basically like, oh, we'll just skip you or whatever. Funny bit with Stu, who doesn't want to get it done, but why does Axel get the pass? You know what I mean? That's just my big question. See, I think
yeah.
we can skip you. So are you saying that he doesn't have blood on the inside of him? Is it gonna like leak oil if we cut him like that? Maybe that's why. I don't know.
I think like to me it comes across as like Calypso doesn't need them to do this. It's more just to like
His
who
showmanship,
will, yeah, like showing that you're still dedicated to continuing or whatever.
right?
He's not all powerful. He can't get rid of Stu Splinter.
Right. That's true. But magic didn't cause that. Maybe that's what it is,
Oh
you
yeah.
know? But I did love the that bit. He had to keep pulling out. Thank you, Kate, for tuning in. She's bouncing.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. I guess my splinter did disappear. Here we go. Everyone's gonna get down. Really cool bit too here where he sets the fire to the tree, and now this tree is gonna burn and disappear. Transition into Spin Doctor's Two Princes. And just look at Calypso getting down. He himself's got the moves too, man. Let's not sleep on Calypso's dance moves. Oh my God. Hors d'oeuvres. I was hoping for a little callback to John in order, like, hey, he knows about the hors d'oeuvres, what they mentioned in episode 4. So was John and Quiet supposed to be the audience? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? We're gonna have a prom? Sweet Tooth doing the sprinkler. All right, and here we go. We get a little. Well, it's coming, but yeah, mayhem with Raven again. Do they know each other? What's
I like the spiking the punch in a situation where, like,
they're
you
all
know,
adults.
yeah, you could just have booze.
Right. And I love this. We get the three bromigos line, and it's a really great exchange. Dave's talking about like, yeah, it's not the three bromigos without you. And what he say like, hey, like, yeah, put your butt in my lap or something, or "Hey, get your ass in here right now. You can sit on my lap. There you go. Put your butt towards us."
Yeah,
What a hilarious line. Exchanging the hats. Very funny. Love this for them. Having a lot of fun. I gotta say, all the needle drops were really good in this
hmm
episode, but maybe we could still talk about like what's our favorite one.
oh yeah, no, yeah, I definitely have a one that stands out for me personally.
Okay. So here we got Quiet is still Club Kid, that's the DJ. He's got like a sort of a kind of a melting happy face, so maybe something kind of like a LSD type DJ here. Um but yeah, Quiet is still like skeptical with everything, thinks that things might be laced or whatever.
Yeah, very very apprehensive about the whole situation when everybody else is just immediately just like hell yeah, start dancing and partying.
I do love how they give us a little close up of John trying to like force the pig in a blanket into Quiet's mouth. The commitment of these actors, I tell you. Oh, that might be better. She calls it hogs as if they were made by real pigs. I love this little bit here. You got Vermin coming in and making the first move on Mr. Grimm.
Yeah, I just love every other voice inside Grimm. It's just like, no, we're gonna make this happen for you, buddy.
Right. So yeah, he wants to keep his head in the game, not have any distractions. That's the real Grimm, and all the other voices like, bro, they're like being the wingman. And here we go. Grimm is actually he's opening up. I love how Vermin, right? This bug lady, she even like walks her fingers like a little, I don't know, arachnid or whatever into his hands. Really cute moment for those two. All right. So the backstory right here. Did you catch my interview with Hallie Taylor? No, Hallie Tater. Hallie Tater, who plays Young Raven.
No.
She mentioned that MJ, to kind of give her an idea of like their motivation to go to this girl's Destiny's graduation party. So Destiny, figuratively and literally, stood in the way of them going to prom. So what she was just told, Hallie, she was told that basically Kelly and Raven wanted to go to prom, but because they're gay, they wouldn't let them in. And so I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. It's like, okay, well, they're invited to this graduation party. They're still going to go. And, obviously there was some tension there between those characters. And so I wasn't sure, but it ended up being revealed here by older
Mhm.
Raven. When Butterfly came on, I said perfect song because Vermin has his dress like a butterfly. So I just thought it was
Hmm.
fantastic.
And I just love like anytime you're getting a wider shot and you're seeing like the other cast members just dancing in the background, the DJ,
It was
seemed
just
like
having a good
oh
time.
God, Vermin's
What, Dave
dan
Danton?
immediate no, the Vermin's immediate dancing was just like thrusting like on his leg.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, she's got the moves as well. Uh, oh, I just noticed that they gave Vermin armpit hair.
mhm.
I believe she's got like yeah, a whole
Au
rug down there.
natural.
Yeah. Oh crap, I lost my train of thought. What were you just saying?
Oh, I was
When
just
we're talking
like
about the
the
dancing
wide
or
shots,
oh,
yeah, just like
ma-
the cast, in the
um,
background dancing.
Vermin, maybe she's a fan of like Night of the Roxbury, right? Don't they kind of do that little aggressive, like
Oh
all up
yeah,
in your bubble kind of dancing?
yeah,
Hell yeah. I love watching Dave, man. He's they should have played a record scratch. Be like, man, that's
yeah.
fucked up, Stu. Like
E-
everybody's just like,
Everybody heard it.
turning their nose up on him. Just Stu. Fuck. Now when this was going on in my first watch, I was like, oh shit. In the previous episode, we just saw him lick a little bit of that blood too. So
Mhm.
I knew this was definitely headed somewhere.
No, yeah, and this, very familiar with the feeling Stu has here. You think that you're being comfortable with friends and stuff, and then you say something that you think like, oh, it's a joke that everyone, will find funny, and you
Right.
step over that line, make it awkward.
Right. Yes. I think we've all been there. Anthony Mackie with the moves, and he's pretty good. There's
Hmm.
this thing that he's gonna do a little bit later on when the Juvenile song comes up, and it's almost like he's like leaning back, standing up, and just swinging his arm, and whatever it is, I've never seen that, and it's like it draws attention. Like I'm watching him, I'm just like, dude, I'm waiting for you to do more.
I love this. The
Yeah, the little
roping,
lasso,
trying to pull, yeah, lasso, cutting it with
exactly.
the axe.
I love that. We get the little sound effects with it. I wonder if there's any choreography or did they all come up with their own moves? I'd really like to know that.
Yeah, I'd love to see behind the scenes of
Again,
making
Calypso,
this
like
episode.
everybody that works for Calypso, bald. Here we go. So we got is this one the I'll stand by you? No, no.
Uh,
Oh, Juvenile's back that ass up. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna get that I classic John dancing here. Here we go. So shout out to Juvenile from New Orleans, obviously. Also, where Anthony Mackie is from. So probably a nod to that being coming from his hometown. Yeah, whatever that dance
yeah,
is and this look, like I'm here for it. Like that should be a gift, please.
they'll say yeah. If Fortnite is looking to poach another dance for their game, here's
There you
one.
go. Yeah. I love watching everybody get down because it also makes me wonder, like, is that them? Or again, is there any choreography? Like, would they have known to do any of these without the choreography? That's kind of where I'm interested in knowing. Sailor Curta, who plays Mayhem, she did post something. I think it was Mayhem dancing, and she said something like, "Oh, can you tell that I don't know how to dance, or she doesn't know how to dance?" I'm like, that doesn't look that bad. Did you have an idea, or what? We knew he wasn't sucking his own dick, right? Like
No,
I think that's pretty.
no, but I found it very funny that Stu thinks that that's what he's doing.
Do you have an idea whose body part that is?
Oh, I just kind of yeah, it's the Apocalypse, one of the Apocalypse Nine. It looks like.
Okay, because I think I gotta look at it again. The Apocalypse 9, it looks like the pile, but I think that arm or leg might be frostbites.
Oh, yeah, it is a yeah, looks like a big UGG boot.
Yeah. So so this yeah, maybe they threw all the bodies into this room or something. I love this line coming up here, actually.
Yeah, and like
Did you think
the
about
you
me again
know,
during this sequence? Like, oh no, we lost Dave.
oh yeah, absolutely. Peter's gonna be crushed, and just the back him saying like everyone backslides, and like just the how deep down the hole he goes like so quickly to like, oh, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to eat you, and I'm going to feed you to Mike.
Yeah, it escalated very quickly, but they started setting it up in the previous episode with that little taste. That's
Hmm.
all that it takes. Anybody that's had their vices and slipped back, we all know what that's like. Like you've been clean for some time, and just that little bit, you could be back in that bender. So,
Uh, yeah, this here, the coat hook like through the eye, just
yeah. Are you one of those guys like weirded out with eye stuff?
no, but
Okay.
it was just like when it happened, yeah, I was definitely not expecting it, and it was just very visceral, just oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Stu hanging him and trying to fake a suicide.
Uh, I know what you guys are gonna think, or is that what he says? Or I know what this looks like, or
Well, he's pretty much writing out a I'm sure you're wondering how I got here.
right, right, there
uh
we go. Dear bros and bras. Like I don't know what he calls the girls, but you're wondering how I got here. So they really
I
dumped
stabbed
Stu down
myself in
for
the
that.
eye and then hung myself.
Yeah. I want to see the end of that suicide note. I
Which,
love how
I guess
Axel, the little
with
punching his very first picture there.
yeah. And with how like the episode ends, yeah, I wonder how the Dave reveal is gonna
Right.
come about.
Yep. At this moment right here, the way they set it up, I almost thought Axel was getting a little like creepy, you know? And then thank God for that flashback where I started getting chills. I was like, oh shit, is she the baby? And so Mayhem had just bent over to tie her hair back in a ponytail, but Axel was standing around the corner, kind of watching her do so. And I thought he was like checking her out. I was like, oh, Axel, don't do this, And then, yeah, we flash back to the baby with the blanket, and now we're getting more backstory. And
Hmm.
like I almost get like a little pursuit of happiness, like Will Smith with the baby, kind of feel. So like, yeah, single dad vibes. Axel talked about like some of his best times of his life was just him and that baby. Just the commitment of these two characters. Oh man, it's so funny. The little tugging thing, hilarious.
Yeah. And then yeah, Sweet Tooth coming in with the sabotage. She's all batting.
Uh-huh. So Stu coming back. I really thought that Mike was gonna find out right here too,
Yeah, just clock
but
how weird he's being.
a little bit, wondering, hey, where's David? He's just trying to like get down to the music and play as if nothing's happened.
And we missed it earlier when Stu first like goes off to find Dave and Sweet Tooth. Hey, are you going off to do drugs? Yes, I'm proud of that boy.
Oh man, yeah, I completely missed that line. That could be like my best line too. If you guys weren't looking, Vermin was just walking right behind Mike and Stu and disheveled as fuck, you know. I find this a little hard to believe that Mayhem is just now seeing herself for the first time. There's no way you haven't seen a mirror, you know?
Yeah.
Sweet moment here with John coming to ask Quiet for a slow dance. I like how you blink if you miss and you miss it, but Sweet Tooth was just sitting over by his lonesome.
Hmm.
The hacky sack, you get the reference to? She's all
No.
that.
Mm.
There's a scene
Did,
where Freddie Prinze he goes to like a kind of like slam poetry. I don't know if it was supposed to be slam poetry, but he goes and to impress Rachel Lee Cook's character, he gets up and improvises like some sort of like poetry by doing a hacky sack on stage. Cringe AF. You go back and watch that and
very
just like, what were
cool.
you guys thinking? But that movie's problematic already, so. And the lyrics line up with like all these connections with the characters too. So they just cut to the and everything in the lyrics is just like, oh man, it's so perfect. It's so in sync. Just like a prom scene in any movie too. You cut to like all these different characters after all these things that just happened. You could just see it all in their face, just like just a
Mhm.
little reminder. Um, Everything that we just witnessed. Raven here watching John and Quiet dancing, and speaks out loud about Kelly. Just a matter of time, basically. But man, I got to give a little shout out to Raven for still attending. She might have been obligated. I would hope, I would like to think that like this was kind of optional, um, because like what else? I mean, you die like they're not even racing. Like this is just a prom sequence. It's just for them to have fun. But the fact that she couldn't go with Kelly the first time around, that she still went this time, and so like the feelings has got to be, pretty difficult for her. So, Quiet wanted to tell John something. Any ideas?
Oh, I assumed it was "I love you."
Oh, I was thinking I'm pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah. We could talk theories a little bit after this episode. So we're kind of seeing Sweet Tooth, seeing everybody as sacks, right? Like we're all his
mhm.
friends or whatever. So this is how he views the world, everyone as a paper sack, right?
Yeah. And Harold he sees as Devon Sawa.
Yeah. AKA
Uh,
Stan,
I was hooting and
AKA
hollering when
Casper.
he came up.
Say again.
Uh, I said I was hooting and hollering when he showed up on screen. I don't. I've mentioned it before, but like the Chucky TV show, Devon
Right,
Sawa plays a new
right. You
character
did.
like every season, and so yeah, seeing him pop up in this, I was just like, man, he's everywhere.
There was a moment I feel like I referenced Casper in one of these episodes or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even like one of the later episodes in season one. I'm not sure because we were doing a bunch of episodes here recently. Ooh, Grim somehow got a hold of Harold, but this is very timely too because we're noticing like the smoke is starting to get much thicker and thicker. So Sweet
Hmm.
Tooth was also affected by the smoke, and so yeah, you just probably just closed his eye real quick, and Grim must have snatched up Harold there. Sets him on fire. I almost thought, okay, so people think it might be the punch that it was spiked. Raven is saying that it's the smoke, and then Vermin with the line, "We're being fumigated," or whatever. I thought that maybe she was gonna quote unquote survive this. Like she's so used to the fumes that like
Oh
this is
yeah.
nothing to her. So I was just like, oh, that's some strong shit then, if she was okay with it. So Axel right here, obviously not in the right frame of mind here. Is still kind of like half hallucinating, also passing out from the fumes. Tries to go tell Mayhem, like baby. Basically, he sees her as that baby. He's just like, "I'm sorry that I left you," or whatever it was that he said. She catches it, didn't really understand what he's trying to say, and she passes out. And Johnny Quiet passes out as well. Now, I thought it was going to end right here, but we get John waking up, still in the suit, inside Roadkill in some sort of secret round, special round that Calypso added.
It looks like he looks over at Quiet, like next to him, but then we see
Yeah,
that she's in her own car.
that was very well done. I knew that she was in a different car. It's just I just thought it was too easy, of a setup. Okay, and do we say what these things were? I know we mentioned, we talked about it in the trailer when we broke that down, but basically those can strike at any time, right?
Yeah, yeah. We
Do you remember if there's any look aheads? I don't think so.
I
Probably not in
don't
this one.
think so. No,
No,
there's
I'm scrolling through on Peacock. It doesn't appear to be, but yep, Devon Sawa was the cameo on this one, so we'll pause it right there. All right. So yeah, thoughts after watching episode 9, Baba Boom. Um, and what do you take from that title too? Like sudden death. We haven't been really playing the name game, and we can once we get to our episode reviews. But with sudden death, it's just yeah, I think it's more of like the Apocalypse 9 coming to kill everybody. They're kind of self-contained in just the building, the school itself. But Baba Boom, yeah, I thought when I hear that, I think of like a what was that description? Like a voluptuous woman, like
voluptuous.
very
Yeah,
voluptuous. Okay,
like a
yeah, very well
bombshell.
endowed and yeah, like that's kind of what I think of. And so I didn't really see anything. So what
Yeah,
did you take from the title?
yeah. I took it as like everyone, everyone's dressed up, everyone's kind of like glammed up, so they're all looking their best.
We got a question in the chat room from Film Jar, who asks if we know what type of car Quiet was in. And I don't think I think we only see her from inside. I'm playing it through right now. So John looks over to find Quiet. She wakes up, like Tyler said, how it cuts to almost as if she was or John was looking at her.
So it
Uh,
looks well. So like when we see her in the car, you can see like a reflection of like a missile launcher thing on the
okay.
window, and then when we zoom back out, we see that's on top of one of the cars. But so it kind of looks like a replica of Roadkill. It looks like a duplicate or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, can't say for
So
sure because it doesn't show
yeah, so
who's
we
in the
saw
car when they zoom
yeah,
out.
we saw Roadkill turn on its lights. We cut to John, who has his lights turned on. That doesn't mean that John turned them on. They were
Yeah,
placed in these vehicles. It's controlled by someone probably, or parts of it, right? So this this special round may not be them in their actual cars. It's a really interesting question I don't have an answer to, and
yeah.
that's obviously by design. We're not supposed to know, but yeah, your guys' guess is as good as any. Um, okay, so yeah, Tyler, after watching episode 9 again, anything that sticks out that you want to talk about?
I mean, yeah, like nothing that really we didn't really cover. It's just a fun episode, and it looks like it was a lot of fun for the cast to make. Just yeah, I would guess that there was very light choreography. If someone didn't have an idea of what their character might dance like, but it looked like every shot, every time you cut to someone, they were just kind of doing something new, uh,
Right.
busting a move.
Busting a move indeed. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the deaths. Okay, so we have Frostbite, who died on the treadmill. Then we had Dave hooked to the eye. Now you guys think back to episode 7, which was called, oof, let me see here. Oh no.
7 Hit and Run.
Hit and Run. Okay. So episode 7, that's where some of them revealed their wishes. Now, not everybody gave a wish. Mike was about to say something, then Vermin gets up and talks about like she wants somebody else to rule for once. Chucky talks about he wanting to fly. Dave didn't make a wish, but gave it to Mike, who wasn't able to finish it, but also said he didn't want the pressure of I'm forgetting the actual language, but he says he doesn't want to be on the hook for it. Okay. Frostbite says she wanted to feel warm again. And then when she dies, she says that it burns, it burns.
Hmm.
Okay. So she felt that warmth. Chucky actually flew. Dave got the hook when he really didn't want to. Now, the other people that made okay, so let's say let's list who also did not make a wish. Um, John didn't say what his wish was, but it was brought up. Quiet says what the wish was supposed to be, bringing the walls down. Stu and Sweet Tooth, I don't believe, revealed a wish.
I don't think
Mayhem
so.
wanted to be invincible, and Benjamin and Deacon, I forget the actual language as well, but they wanted the baby to be like safe and blah 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 blah, who's actually in the hands of Calypso as of right
Hmm.
now. So everyone that has died so far has been like a twisted way of what they said. I don't know how you're going to twist Mayhem, but I believe the next episode is titled Mayhem. Dollface had an episode that was with her that had her name in the title, ends up dying. Is Mayhem dying? Is Quiet pregnant? Is that what she was going to tell John? And to save that baby, does Mayhem have to die? Like all these things are like kind of going through my
Yeah.
head. I don't know if you have any
One.
other theories.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, no, like real theories on, like what's going to happen to him specifically. I could see like Mayhem, being invincible, being something like immortalized, like in some way, like what's her new car is a alien AI or whatever. So
Right.
maybe she, is now trapped in the computer, something like that.
Yeah, she
But
becomes
yeah,
Quattro.
yeah, like not knowing Mike getting cut off on what his wish is, very much makes me think that like, oh well, we'll learn what Mike's wish was when it's Mike's time to go.
Right. Here's the other thing. Axel still owes Krista one, right? Now that she's dead,
Hmm.
you know, that's got to come up, right? Does Axel self-sacrifice for Krista to come back or to save John in some moment too?
Hmm.
Because yeah, we are just we're over the halfway point. We got 3 episodes left. I'm trying to think of some things that I'm hoping gets revealed or wraps up in the final 3 episodes. Anything else that you could that's happened in previous episodes that you're hoping to get addressed?
Uh, Nothing comes to mind, but yeah, the ironic, results of the wish, very, very much like Twisted Metal, when you beat the game and find out what someone's wish is and how they uh how it results, is always a like the wish master. It's not what you expect.
Right. Yes, the one category that we did away with, but holy shit, this episode had so many needle drops. We created that category initially because kind of from what we remember, season 1, like every episode almost had like two, you know, but at least, one in every episode. And so we were kind of questioning, like, oh, okay, interesting. We're still not getting a lot of needle drops, but maybe that's where the budget came in. And it's like, well, you got to be more selective when you use them. And nothing better than a prom episode to play all the songs. I didn't list all the songs available, but I did love them all. But what would be your favorite needle drop of this episode?
Oh, the Crazy Town Butterfly. Yeah,
Great
I
song.
loved that song in middle school. I I don't think that it's a good band or even actually like a great song, but the nostalgia is so heavy for that one. I
Yeah.
remember seeing the movie
Yeah.
Orange County and it being in there, and I think that was the first place I ever heard it, and it's just like,
Michael Cera?
yeah, no, I was a Jack Black and Colin Hanks. Uh,
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah,
A Michael Cera type.
yeah,
Right, right.
but yeah, heard
Yeah,
that
I
there, and
might
it
have
just
seen it
like
when,
fused into my brain.
yeah, I think I saw it just the one time. I think I was still working at Blockbuster when that came out, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Early aughts for sure.
I was 12.
Yeah, thanks. I was in high school, I believe, when that song came out. My needle drop has got to be Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. That song came out in 1999. I was in high school, like sophomore year. That song was huge. It was before Drop It Like It's Hot and all that. And I feel like every 10 years there comes another song that's like that. And that was definitely hot in like my early days of like clubbing. And that was definitely a song that if it came on at like a wedding or whatever, it's gonna be one that pulls me out to the dance floor. So back that us up. All right, so starting at the top with our categories, best line. I have three. So what were your best lines of this episode? Or I'm sorry, Marcus, that's your line of the episode.
Yeah, mine. I'm gonna go with Stu's mocked suicide note. The bros and bras. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Okay, let me look through my answers again because I might move some stuff around. Um, oh. Okay, I can move some stuff around here. Okay, I'm gonna go with uh Sweet Tooth. That's supposed to be my dance circle where
Oh, yeah.
he sees Grim getting the attention. Grim is getting down too. Like, let's not sleep on Grim. And I don't know if there's any trickery where some of it is filmed from the backside, so we don't even see like Richard's face really. So I don't know if there's like a body double that's also doing some dancing, possibly, who knows? But I'll give it that line. What about your best character of the episode?
I'm gonna. I'm gonna go with
It's a
Sweet
tough one.
Tooth. Sweet
Okay.
Tooth just is so happy that he's finally going to experience not just a prom, but he's going to experience a prom episode. Uh,
Yes.
and he's seen them
Yes.
all.
He talked about wanting to do one, how meta that was. The best character for me is I'm gonna go with Harold in human form.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, Devon Sawa, wearing a brown suit, and it looks great on him. So I just love that, the human manifestation of Harold. Best costume
uh, probably Axel with his little Chippendales tuxedo.
is a good one. I made a little graphic on Instagram and called it Magic Mike. It says it's Mike Shaw. Uh, Put him in the front, throw a pony on the post itself. I'm going. This is a weird one because it's not really the best costume, but it's the scene involving the costume. It's Mayhem in that dress when we first see her, and I forget the line what she says to Quiet, and Quiet's like, "Well, I think that's because you have it on backwards." And so I just love that little bit. It's like, well, of course, she's probably never worn a dress, growing up in the post-apocalypse and whatever. And so, yeah, putting it on the first time, probably didn't even know which way it was supposed to go on. So I love that part. Best death.
Oh, Dave. Yeah.
Okay, it's a good one for me. I went with Harold, being set on fire by Mr. Grimm. So yeah, very sad moment. What about pop culture reference? Your favorite one?
Oh, man. I mean, uh, just prom like is kind of like the feeling I get. The multiple references to like she's all that, is good. But yeah, just the trope of prom episodes.
Yeah, she's all that is definitely the one that sticks out to me. Um, I did ask Becca Black, the writer, about the needle drops and if she came up with any of those. All credits were given to MJ, the showrunner, for the music. Um, the casting of Devon Sawa, I asked about that. Gave it to MJ, gave him the credit for that one too. So, but yeah, Devon Sawa, I love Final Destination. I love that series. I would go watch Bloodlines, enjoyed the hell out of that. I enjoyed him in Idle Hand.
Oh yeah,
And Casper. Like I was at that right age for that family movie, and I was a huge fan of Christina Ricci from the Addams Family movies, so I went to go watch that, and I still remember "Can I Keep You?" Just kind of being, I think I was like in the fifth grade. I was just like, "Oh, what a sweet line," you know.
did you ever see Wild America?
I don't believe so. Is that like Renfro was also in that?
I don't.
Todd
It's Jonathan
Renfro?
Taylor Thomas, Devon Sawa, and I don't remember who the older brother is. But yeah, it's like three brothers. They go out to film animals. I watched the movie
Oh,
so many times as a kid, and I watched it again recently and realized how much of the movie is just comprised of like B-roll of just like like National Geographic filming animals that they just inserted their reaction shots to. But yeah, pivotal Devon Sawa role for me.
would you recommend to go back and watch that?
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun, but it
Okay,
is definitely something where it's like, oh, now that I know kind of how movies are made, they were nowhere
right.
near any of these animals.
Right. Like one quality doesn't match with the other quality. What's going on here?
Yeah,
Yeah, the She's All That, the reference where Sweet Tooth catches Grim and it's like, "Oh, I didn't think you could snag her." It's like, "Oh, was I a bet? Was I a fucking bet?" That was definitely She's All That. Vermin herself was a walking reference to She's All That, basically just changing very slightly of her appearance and making her look, gorgeous. And Lisa Gilroy herself is a knockout. So, yeah, dirtying her up, but then giving her like a little bit of a Madonna hair. It was a good look. Um, and the best use of a swear word.
see, I didn't have a
Oh, you know
specific
what?
one there. Oh, actually, no, the we are coming, we are coming.
Okay, that is one. I don't have a swear word one, but let me throw this one in. It's a pun, but it's when Dave says, "I'm gonna feed him like piping hot or a piping bowl of hot stew." I really like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I accidentally deleted bingo card.
Oh,
So what was your bingo card for this episode? What did you not expect to see?
I mean the Devon Sawa out of nowhere as Harold.
Just to be something different, did not expect to well, Dave, is has relapsed, but him licking Stu's feet.
Yeah,
Did
tangy.
not expect to see that. So we opened up the season two with a little foot rubbing, with the hairy toe. So we talked a little bit about that in my interview with the dolls. Um, okay, and yeah, I think that's it. So that's all of the categories for episode 9. I know a lot of people were going in and out, so I'd be surprised if we had like somebody watch the entire 2 episodes with us. But it was for people to kind of get an idea of what we do, and if they have not checked out the episodes, to go out and do so. So I do want to thank everybody on Instagram that has followed and supported and has reshared, posts and interviews and stuff like that to help us get to 1,000, so that way we can do this live. And definitely, I think at least right now, we're open to definitely doing this again for the final 3 episodes, because then we're going to be able to really talk about it with things being answered, but also, now we'll know what they left unanswered and we could theorize some more
Mm.
then. So it'll be a lot of fun. Tyler, where can people find you on social media if they want to give you a follow for those that are listening at home? Because we're obviously doing it live on Instagram.
Yeah, on the Hell site Twitter, I am 300 points. Same for Instagram, as you already can see here. And Blue Sky is Rorick, Roerich.
All right. And for me, Twist Up Metal Pod on X and Instagram. So again, thank you guys for your guys' continued support, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. And until then, keep it twisted.